Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I have a nice splits prep warm-up flow for you guys today. We're going to go through a few movements 3 times in a row at the beginning, and then we'll find a little flow. I actually just got back from the park with my son and he's now napping, so hence the ball cap, but we're going to keep it on because hot hair. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start in child's pose, but let's take a wide leg child's pose. So toes are together and knees are out about as wide as the mat. Take a nice big breath in, rest your forehead on the mat, and exhale. All right, let's gently roll up to tabletop position. So knees below the hips, wrists below the shoulders. And let's just take 2 rounds of cat-cow. So inhaling, drop the belly, lift the chest and tailbone, and exhale, round through the spine. One more inhale. And exhale. All right, since my left side is facing you all, let's start with the left leg. We're going to extend the left leg straight out behind us. Try to keep the hips pretty square, and then you'll gently open the hip as you circle around, and then bend the knee when it comes close to your elbow. And let's do this 3 times. So inhaling, extend, circle around, exhale. One more time, inhale, extend, circle around, and exhale. And then inhale, extend your left leg directly out to the side and find a nice perpendicular position in your foot. So toes are facing forward. We're kind of grounded through the side and the bottom of the foot. So inhale to press back to a child's pose position and exhale. Inhale, come forward, and let's drop the hips, lift the chest, press it through the arms into an upward facing dog position. 2 more times. Inhale, press back. And exhale, come up and press forward. One more time, inhale back. And exhale. And then come back to your tabletop position. Let's go through this on the other side. So starting with the right leg, extending nice and straight, lift it up, circle it around. Inhale, extend, and exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then send your right foot out to the side. We're going to press it back, child's pose position. And then exhale, bring it forward, upward facing dog with your leg out. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. And exhale forward. All right, come back to tabletop position. And let's go ahead and extend the left leg out to the side once more. We're going to keep the right hand down in the mat. Lift your left arm high. And then let's take a nice threading the needle position with the arms, with the leg out to the side. Feel free to press into your right fingertips. Exhale. Press and lift. And lower it down. Back to tabletop and other side. Right leg out to the side, right arm lifts, and exhale, thread the needle. Feel free to come up on those left fingertips here, and then lift all the way back up, inhale, and back, exhale. All right, bring your knees back. We're going to tuck the toes, take our hands to our down dog position, and lift it up, down dog. Now, please feel free to pedal out through the legs here. It's kind of easing in. All right, let's start with the left leg. So lift your left leg up high and then open the hips, bend the knee. We're going to take 3 big hip circles here. So inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. One more, inhaling and exhaling. Now extend nice and straight and bring your knee into your chest. And extend straight, knee into your chest. And extend straight. And then bring your knee into your chest, but send your left foot out, sort of higher than your right hand if you can. Maybe even slide it wider. into an almost pancake position, but not quite. We're going to take a side bend to the right. Big breath in and exhale. Your goal is to keep your hips down. It can be a bit tricky. And then inhale, lift up and over, side bend to the left, and exhale. Now lift all the way up. We're going to walk the hands forward into a pancake fold. Keep your toes pointed up towards the ceiling. And then walk your hands back. And now let's place our hands surrounding the right leg. Point through the toes, maybe sit back in your hips just a bit, and lift for 1, 2, 3. Take it to the other side and lift for 1, 2, 3. Amazing. Plant your left hand, right arm up, back to our fallen triangle, right hand down, knee into chest, back to down dog. Paddle through the knees and exhale. Inhale and lift the right leg high. 3-legged dog, open the hips, take the knee back. 3 hip circles here, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. One more, inhaling and exhaling. Now extend through the leg and pull it knee into chest. Extend and exhale, knee into chest. Extend and knee into chest and extend. Now take knee into chest and let's take it into our fallen triangle, but it's a little exaggerated. So left or right foot a little bit above the left hand, maybe slide it wider. And let's take a side bend to the left. Again, hips try to stay down. Sweep it to the right. And lift up. And let's walk it forward for our pancake fold. So toes stay up towards the ceiling, go as far as you can, no pressure here. And then walk it back. All right, now point the toes, hands surround the left leg this time, and maybe sit back in the pelvis, maybe not, whatever you need. And lift for 1, 2, 3. Hands to the other side, lift for 1, 2, 3. Plant your right hand, let's take it back to our fallen triangle. Then pivot the toes forward, left hand down, and bring it back to down dog. Pedal it out. Amazing job. Inhale, roll forward to high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high and bring it forward for warrior 1. Back heel spins down, hips are squared. Lift it up. Now we're going to do 3 of this one as well. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, straighten your front leg for a pyramid, and exhale, fold it forward. So if you can tell here, my knee is a little hyperextended. For that, I should be flexing my quad to keep it from hyperextending. If you have the same tendency, then please do so. It'll protect your knee. Then inhale, bend into your front knee, warrior 1. And exhale, straighten the leg, hinge forward and fold. One more time. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, straighten the front leg, pyramid and fold. Inhale, bend into your front knee, plant the hands, and send it back, downward facing dog. Other side, right leg lifts and bring it forward, warrior 1. Hips are squared. Inhale, exhale, straighten, flex through the quad, and fold. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, straighten, and fold. One more time. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, straighten, and fold. Bend into the front knee, and let's step our foot back to downward facing dog. Pedal out through the legs. And then inhale, left leg lifts high. Let's go into warrior two. So heels are aligned, so your hips are open to the side rather than to the front. Inhale here, and then exhale, straighten the front leg, triangle pose, dropping your left hand to your shin, a block, or the mat. You can do inside or outside, totally up to you. I actually like to switch it up sometimes. And then inhale, sweep your back hand up and take a reverse triangle. Now from here, sweep your back hand up, pivot through the legs, high crescent lunge, straight through the back leg. Your back heel is pressing forward over your toes. Take a breath. And exhale, bend through the back knee, drop it all the way down. Hands come to the inside of your front foot. Maybe scoot your leg back until you find your ideal stretch here. And then we're going to lift up onto our fingertips. Now from here, I want you to lift up just a little bit, bring hands to hips, because we're really trying to work into the hip flexor here. So nice big breath in, and exhale, sink into your right hip flexor. Hips are really trying to be squared to the front. And I like to take my left knee wide, or my left leg slightly wide of my hips. And 2 more times, lift up, inhale. And exhale. Drop it down. I do little pulses here, but you can also just sink into it. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, sink. As you're ready, drop your hands. We're going to pivot here into gate pose. So just take your left arm up high. Your left leg is extended and planted through the bottom of the foot. Then as you're ready, sweep your left hand over towards the ankle. We're really leaning in here, so just take it as far as you can and find a side bend. Maybe place your hand on the mat, maybe even place your elbow down if that's accessible for you, and then come all the way back up. And we're just going to circle around here on the mat and take it back to down dog. Pedal out through the legs. And let's do that sequence on the right side. So inhale, lift your right leg high and bring it forward to warrior two. Heels align and hips try to stay pretty level here. Then inhale, straighten through the front leg. Lean forward to hinge and come into triangle. Again, trying to flex through the quad if you tend to hyperextend, and you can use a block, your shin, whatever you need. Inhale, reach all the way up, reverse your triangle. And then sweep your left hand forward, high crescent lunge, your back heel presses over your toes. Straight back leg, nice and strong. Exhale, drop your knee down. Hands to the inside. Maybe adjust through the legs here for your ideal stretch. Come up on your fingertips, lift up through the chest. Really lean into your hip flexor. All right, as you're ready, lift up just a bit. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale. And exhale, sink. 2 more times, inhaling to lift. And exhale, sink. Maybe pulse just a little bit in your left hip flexor. 1 more time, inhale to lift. And exhale to sink. And kind of relax. Notice where you're tensing through your body and try to relax those muscles. Hands come to the inside of the foot. Let's pivot to gate pose on this side. So right leg is extended. We're trying to plant through that foot. Left fingertips down. Find a nice big stretch. Inhale. And then exhale. Find your side bend. Kind of play with it on each side. And just kind of sink in where it feels like your deepest, best stretch without going too far. And then inhale, come back to the front of the mat and step it back to down dog. Again, just pedal out through the legs. And let's take a half pigeon on each side. Inhale to lift your left leg high. And exhale, bring it forward. So again, using a block right under your left hip here will help if you cannot square your hips forward. That's the key to really getting into your hips in this pose, is finding your hip bones. They're almost shining like headlights forward. And then we ideally want the back foot to be resting directly on top. Mine tends to curve in, so I have to remind myself to straighten it. Feel free to sleep your pigeon. You can come down to forearms or all the way down, just whatever feels like you're getting the biggest stretch. I have been really working on my hip flexors, so sometimes I'll even kind of twist to the side to get extra into my right hip flexors here. All right, when you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your left foot back up. Downward facing dog. If you would like, you can bend and just kind of counteract that stretch. And then come back down, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. And bring it forward for half pigeon. All right, just kind of situate yourself. You might notice one side is more open than the other. You're just meeting each side where it is and finding your ideal stretch for that side and for your body. So my right hip flexor is a lot less open than my left. So I really try to kind of twist into it here to get my hips squared forward. Sometimes it does help to kind of lower down to my forearms. And as you're ready, drop your hands and tuck your back toes, come back to down dog. All right, from here, let's just tiptoe the feet forward to about the center of your mat. Find a slight bend in your knees, and let's just hug our arms around the thighs and pull the chest in towards the legs. So inhale, exhale, pull. So your chest is resting on top of your thighs or around your knees, and your knees are slightly bent. Now let's try to straighten the right knee and still pull ourselves in, and then bend the right knee a little, straighten the left knee. Exhale, return to that slight bend. Inhale, gently straighten both, and exhale. And then gently bend. Bring your hands down. We're going to pivot and take a frog pose. So drop down to your knees and then to your forearms. We are just going to take our knees nice and wide as possible, but keep our ankles either directly below the knees or slightly outside of the knees with our feet flexed. Then I want you to tuck your pelvis under slightly and begin to move forward and then press back. With your pelvis tucked under, you'll notice the stretch sensation change. So if you lift, kind of arch your back, lift your booty up, you'll notice that stretch. And then tuck the pelvis under, you'll notice that stretch more in your groin, which is exactly where we want it. So inhale, maybe move your arms forward, core is tight, pull it forward. Very slow, very gently here. And then press it back. Again, pelvis tucked under. So when you're pressing back with the pelvis tucked under, you can really feel it. And then pull forward. and press back. You can stay in this stretch and any of the stretches in this flow as long as you would like. And then we're just going to use our hands to kind of press up, bring the toes together, and then lift the knees together. Now let's just pivot so we're back in the center of the mat. And we're just going to scoot the feet to the side and take a forward fold to end our practice today. So flex through the toes, but find a gentle bend in your knees. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Think chest towards the thighs and nose towards your toes. Just find a place to rest here. And then as you kind of get into your fold, relax through the feet, relax through the knees and the legs, the thighs, the quads, the calves. Just find a resting place here. Then you'll find you're kind of just pulling down with your core. And then as you're ready, lift up and then roll back into Shavasana. And I would love for you to just find a nice resting place here and remain for as long as feels good. Shavasana is so underrated, I feel like. A good Shavasana of like 10-ish minutes when you're just completely relaxed, head to toe, is just everything. It really does refresh the body. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this was a great starting place and prep flow for splits. I feel like it really does warm up all the right places to start playing with splits. And I will see you next time. Thanks for being here.